Thank you guys for clicking on the video. My name is Sully, and today, fellas, we have a GM vote. I'm not gonna do my Let's Play of Stick of Truth anymore. You know, you do things, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. It's a lot like dating. You just gotta try and see if it works, and if it doesn't, delete your number and toss it to the side. And so, I will still play Stick of Truth. I love the game, but for me, Let's Plays are just they're a tad bit awkward for me, and I don't know. It just wasn't flowing for me, and I love GM mode, so I thought, why not? Let's do a GM mode, and I want to do a GM vote, and I'm not gonna do any like mud wrestling tactics. It's basically gonna come down to you guys voting in the comments. Pretty old school, pretty mainstream, if I do say so. Myself, and let me close the window because I feel like the wind may disrupt the mic. The mic's pretty sensitive, so I'm gonna give my first wish. You know, you guys can pick any team you want. The team that I want to do is Minnesota. I really want to do Minnesota. I'm doing the Capitals, my personal one, but I really want the Wild just because I love Minnesota. I want to move there. I would love to cover the Wild. They're a great team. Minnesota's a great state. Heard nothing but good things about it, and the fans really love the team. I mean, I remember when the team was losing when they first came back to Minnesota as an expansion team, and they were still selling out games, and that's what I love about fans. And so I love the logo of the Wild, and so I want to do Minnesota. And here's also why. They are a legit challenge because I'll give you sort of the breakdown. On their forwards, the left wingers. Let's go into the left wingers. Arguably their strongest position, Parise, Molson, Heatley. I'm just letting you know that kid will be on the way out. If you make me GM of this team, Danny Heatley's going to be on the way out. It is absurd for 7.5 that he's getting paid that much for essentially a third line winger. Now that they have Molson, I'm not playing Heatley on the second line. That's just ridiculous. So he would be on his way out. And then they have Cook, nice little, fourth line, third line guy, and Niederreiter. Prospect coming up. And so you go the right wing, though. The problem with the Minnesota Wild is that they're very short on the right wing, and even Coyle. He's a strong-blooded American. He'll come up just fine. I like his stats defensively. The thing for him to build on is defensive awareness, shot blocking, stick checking are all at 80. Now that he's 21, discipline, 82, offensive awareness, 82, poise, 75, all being at 21, and he has 4.5 gold stars. So he'll be up and coming, and he's a good guy to have. Defensively, this is where they really fall apart. You can't have Suter, who's a stud, a muffin. Look at that guy. He just screams, hug me. But nonetheless, I'm going to botch some names, so give me a little bit of grace with this, but I think it's Broaden, Ballard, and Spurgeon. Spurgeon, 23, he's a great guy. Broaden, again, 20, good guy to have. And then you have Scandella, 23. These are guys that I would use to maybe trade. Maybe not Broaden, or maybe Broden. We'll just call him Bro for short now. We're not going to trade Bro. He may be a piece to move. We may hold him. But again, Shooter would be a guy that I may trade just because my philosophy is they're very short defensively, and you have one huge piece, but why not trade him to get multiple pieces to sort of mend the broken dam, if you will. A beaver dam. That's how I equate a defense. They're a beaver dam. And the dam's pretty broken right now, and so why not trade our biggest stick to get multiple little sticks? But that's just me spitballing. And then goalie-wise, they are short. All right. Well, they got Briz, which is decent at 33, and Nicholas Backstrom. So, and they have a great backup in Harding. I would personally try and trade maybe even two of these, get a prospect. They would definitely be on the move for me because they're not going to win you a cup. And if they're not going to win you a cup, why do you have them, especially at the age of 33 and 35 respectively? So Minnesota is definitely a challenge, and I didn't mean to do that. Another team again, I'll always throw Washington out there. I've won 4 or 5 Stanley Cups with Washington. I do play on medium. I don't play on hard just because I'm sort of new to GM. So this one would be on medium as well. But again, I'm sort of new, so cut me some grace. But again, I've already done Washington. I'll give you a brief synopsis of what I did with them. I traded not Holtby. I traded Neuwirth because he caps out quicker than Holtby. So I traded him. I traded Johansson because he caps out quickly. I traded like a few years in, and then I just traded Ovechkin at the age of 35 in the offseason, who then turned 36, and it was a smart move because I got Skinner. So, but I have won multiple cups with Washington. Another team that would be interesting is Winnipeg. Winnipeg is an interesting team just because they are sort of, they have some pieces, but again, they're a little bit, I think, better built than Minnesota, but they sort of have, you go to their center position, not a first-line center. Ladd can be a first-line center, but again, you have a major drop-off between Kane and this stud muffin Matt. And so you have to fill in a third-line left winger. Let's go to the right wing real quick. Wheeler, that's acceptable. Setaguchi, for a lock, and then it sort of falls off. So they have pieces, and again, defense is probably their best, strongest position right now. I'd be willing to run with this. Again, the issue is you need one more defenseman to sort of cap that off. But again, this guy, Paul, 24 gold stars. So again, they have pieces, but they're like Minnesota. I equate Winnipeg and Minnesota to sort of they're a starter kit. They give you some great pieces, but then they give you some crappy pieces, and it's really up to you to piece them together to form a Stanley Cup team. But any team will do. Again, if you really want to go ballsy, you can always throw out my homies down south in Miami Beach, throw them out Florida. I mean, they have issues for days, and it goes both ways. I mean, they have issues on issues. I mean, the future does look bright, but my gosh, they have issues upon issues. So, go nuts in the comments. Go crazy. Go through withdrawal in the comments. Leave whatever you want. There's some teams. I was looking at Nashville, but I know Yui did Nashville. So, I won't do Nashville just because it's already been done. Dobbs is doing the Islanders right now. New York Rangers are an interesting team. I could get down with NY, baby. Bo's done Philly, and that's his team. And Deke is doing New York. And so, throw out something new. Vancouver is always... I would love to do Vancouver. Let me just give you a brief synopsis of what I would do with Vancouver. They have pieces. Defense is, I think, one of their stronger suits when they're healthy. I mean, in real life, they're not, but... This is a huge problem for me. I would definitely trade one of these guys because you can get some return value for them. And realistically, center, they're solid. Left winger, solid. No complaints. I think they need more of a true second line right winger. But again, Vancouver's interesting. But go nuts. I'll leave it for you guys, and then in a couple of days, I'll tally all the votes, and we'll see. So go nuts. Let me know if you whatever team you want me to do. But I just picked my top few teams out of the whole NHL. So let me know. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. Let me know your response. Have a great day, and as always,